Hey guys, welcome to Kona Cards, and today I'm going to talk about my November 2024 Ninja deck. Let's get into this. Hey guys, this is my updated Ninja deck for November 2024. Not much has changed, just a few tweaks here and there, so I just wanted to kind of update it for this month. So without further ado, let's get into this. Starting off with the monsters, we have 3 Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo is the bread and butter of any ninja deck, just because it has such a good toolbox effect. So when he is normal summoned, you can get a ninjitsu spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, and when he's special or flip summoned, you can get a ninja except for himself from your deck to your hand. Just a really good card, absolute must. Next we have the 3 Mitsu the Insect Ninja. Mitsu the Insect Ninja is also a mandatory 3 as well, I think, personally, in the deck, because it's just so good. It's an extender because it can special summon itself from your hand if you have a ninja on the field or a face down card on the field, and it's also a monster negator for your opponent. When you have a monster that is not Mitsu and it's set down, you can then flip that card face up and Mitsu face down, and that negates the monster effect your opponent does. So it's really nice, just a nice extender and nice negator. Next is Tobari at 3, Tobari The Sky Ninja. Last video I did, I actually said that this was a girl. I thought it was a girl, but it's actually a guy, so the more you know. My bad. Anyway, going on to what this does. You can pitch this card from your hand to the graveyard, especially summon a ninja from your hand, which is really nice, especially if you have like dead cards like Baku or maybe like Jioh in hand, just to get their effects off, so which is really nice. Also, the turn that it's special summoned or flip summoned, this card cannot be destroyed, and it's also just a walking fuse to fuse into one of your ninjas with cards from your field or from your hand, which is really nice on your opponent's battle phase and main phase, which is really nice. The small tweak that I've done to this deck is I've actually changed it to double Kagero the Cannon Ninja. I really like Kagero the Cannon Ninja because just the consistency it builds, and I just really like this card. It's a very powerful card. So anytime that this card is normal summoned, special summoned, or flip summoned, you can then special summon a ninja from your hand, or from your graveyard, and face down defense, which is really nice. It just gives you another option to fuse. Also, when this card is in the graveyard, if one of your ninjas or face downs is targeted by an effect, you can then take that card back to your hand and then put this card face down onto the field. And it's just another way of like dodging targeting, which is really nice. Like if you get targeted by imperm or something, which is really nice to have. Very powerful, and I really like this at 2. Lastly, for the 1-outs, just play the 1 Green Ninja. Green Ninja is really good, but again, it's a nice extender. But I don't think you need to play more than 1. So when you special summon a monster onto the field, you can special summon this card from your hand by putting that special summon monster that was put down face down. And when this card leaves the field as well, you can change any position of any monster to face attack or face in defense. So it's like a nice Book of Moon. Again, just nice 1-off though. 1 Baku the Beast Ninja. Baku the Beast Ninja is also really good. So basically, when this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can then special summon it. And if this card is special summoned or flip summoned, you can then get a ninja or a ninjutsu card or from your graveyard or your spell and trap card zone and add it back to your hand. Just nice recurrence, but you don't really want to draw into this, so 1 is just fine. Then the other small change I did is just the 1 Jioh. Jioh is really good, and I understand why people like to play 2. I just really like it at 1, if I'm honest with you. It's a bit bricky if it's at 2, if I'm honest with you. Like I said, I can understand why people like to play 2, because obviously he's got more of a chance to get out with Maizen. But it was just more chance of drawing it, so I just like it at 1. And when this card is normal summoned or normal, special, or flipped, you can then target up to 2 monsters, and if those monsters are your opponent monsters that are flipped face down, they cannot change their battle position. So it's basically like a floodgate trap hole, and they can't change the battle position even when this card leaves the field, which is really nice. And also when this card is face up on the field and a card is flipped face up, you can then destroy a card, which is really nice. It doesn't come up often, but it can. Just really good card, and I really like it at 1. The hand traps is 3 Ash Blossom. This deck really just thrives off of interruption and negation, so Ash Blossom is just really good for this deck. And then the last is 3 Effect Veiler. Again, negation and interruption as much as possible. This deck just really thrives off of it. So just those are my preferred hand traps. You can change them if you'd like to, but these are the ones that I chose. So on to the spells. Okay, so on to the spells. Play the 3 Ninjitsu Art Notebook of Mystery. This card is absolute must. It is a go in second card, but it's so good. Definite must have at 3. In my opinion, it's just so broken, so good. So your opponent must control a card to activate this card. And you can set up to 1 ninja monster and 1 ninjitsu art spell trap card from your deck or graveyard, but they must come from either or. So if you have a ninja from your deck, ninjitsu from your graveyard. If you have a ninjitsu from your graveyard, then a ninja from your deck. It's just vice versa. It's really good. It's just so good that you can set up to 2. And also, if this card is set and then destroyed, you can then Bugamoon's a monster. It doesn't come up often, but it can, so it's really nice. Just an absolutely broken card. Really good. And then 1 Ninjitsu Art Tool Iron Digger. This card has so much utilization within the deck, and it's just really good. Also, I did play 2, but I've actually changed it down to 1 just because there's so much possibility of just recording this back. It's quite easy to do, so I thought 1 was just fine. And basically, if the equipped monster gains 5 attack and it becomes a ninja, and then you can only use each of these effects once per turn. You can banish 1 ninja monster from your graveyard and then target 1 card in the field and destroy it. And if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can then target 1 of your banished ninja monsters and either add it to your hand or special summon it face down, which is really nice. Again, this has so much utilization, but I'll show you the cards in just a bit. And then lastly, for the ninjitsu arts is the 2 field spells. Absolutely insane. I definitely recommend playing both of these because one of them is your defensive and one of them is your offensive. So Hidden Village with Ninjitsu Arts is that if a ninja monster is summoned to your side of the field, you can then target 1 ninja or 1 ninjitsu art spell trap card and add it back to your hand. The only thing is that you can't activate it or use cards with the same name for the rest of the turn. So it just like kind of sets you up for the next turn. Because if you were able to still summon a monster, like a normal summon, and you took back your Hanzo and you summoned your Hanzo, the Hanzo effect wouldn't go off. So you can still do it, it's just that the effect won't go off until the next turn. So it's a nice setup. Also, if a ninja or a ninjitsu art would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish a ninja from your graveyard instead, which is a really nice defensive, sort of nice just protection for it, really. And Tenchi Kaimei is always considered a ninjitsu art, so it's always searchable, which is really nice. And what this does is if a ninja inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can then choose one of your opponent's cards and destroy it. So this is absolutely so good. Like, your opponent has to deal with it in some way because it just has so much potential and it's just so much. It's so good. Because if you have a Maizen with 3 other cards, that's like 4 destructions because Maizen lets you attack directly, and it's not once per turn. So I mean, that's just insane. Also, if your opponent does deal with this and it goes to the graveyard or is banished, you can get as many ninjas from your graveyard with different names and then special summon them face down defense, which is absolutely insane. So like, there's not really a downside to this card. It's absolutely must have. In my opinion, it's just so good. That's it for the ninjitsus. Then for just for consistency, I just like to play the 1 pot. Honestly, even if this was at 3, I'd actually probably just still play it at 1. Even though it is at 1 now, but like I said, if it was at 3, I'd probably still play at 1. Just for consistency. I still think that your extra deck is very needed, so yeah, I just like it for consistency. For consistency again, and for search, I'll say Rota. That gets your Hanzos, your Kagero, and your Green Ninja, so you have searchability there. Your 1 instant fusion, because you have your instant fusion target of Yaguramaru, so just really good card in the deck. 1 Call by the Grave, because we don't want to get hand trapped ourselves. And then 1 Harpie Feather Duster, just because I like to get rid of all the back row and just destroy stuff. So really good. Okay, so onto the traps. Okay, so onto the traps. For the ninjutsus, it's only 3, so I actually play the 1 Ninjitsu Art of Duplication. This card is absolutely insane, but you do not need to play more than 1 of it, because most of the time in a duel, you're probably not going to, you're only going to resolve it once anyway, so you don't really need more than 1 of this. So what this does is it, you contribute 1 ninja monster and special summon any number of ninja monsters from your deck and face up attack or face down defense, with the combined levels or less than or equal to the attributed monster. When this card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. So if you get rid of, for example, your Hanzo is a level 4, which means that you can take out 2 Tobaris, which is level 1s, which add up to 2, and then a Mitsu, which is a 2, which makes the level of 4. It's just kind of taking the levels and just finding out like what the levels are, so it's kind of easy. Anyway, it's a bit complicated, but it's kind of easy once you get the gist of it. It's just kind of counting up the levels to less than or equal to the monster that you tribute. And the other ninjutsu I play is the Ninjitsu Art of Dancing Leaves. This card is an absolute broken card. It's so good. Again, utilization comes in handy with this. And you definitely can play a 3, but I actually quite like it at 2, to be honest with you. I find this really consistent, really nice. It just works and it's searchable. So you can activate this card by tributing 1 ninja monster or 1 face down defense position monster on the field. So the way that this is worded is that you can actually use it on your opponent's monsters, which is really nice. So if you use Iron Tool and make it a ninja, or if you use a card in a second, which I'll show you, to put it down to face down defense, you can then just tribute their monsters, which is really nice, and it lets you special summon a monster from your deck to the field, which is really awesome. The other effect it has is that when you can target 1 Ninjitsu Art continuous spell or trap card in your spell and trap card zone and return it to your hand. So if you have if they've ashed this and you haven't been able to use this, once this has been played, you can actually then just the next turn you can just like add this back to your hand, then reset it. So it's really nice. Or you can do it to itself. So it just has ways to kind of reset cards, which is really nice. The next is 3 destructive Daruma Karma Cannon, which is kind of hard to say. So let's just call it Karma Cannon. Karma Cannon is just insane because it doesn't target and it outlinks, which is just insane to me, and I prefer it so much. Don't get me wrong, Pikmin is awesome as well. I definitely really like that. I like that over Book of Eclipse, if I'm honest. Even though Book of Eclipse can be good, it gives your opponent draw powers. I'm not particularly happy with that. Prefer Book of Moon over Eclipse, but over them all, Karma Cannon is just better because again, it doesn't target and outlinks. So what this card does is that you can change as many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense. Then if either player has a face-up monster, they must send all monsters they control to the graveyard. Yeah, so just really great card. Absolute must-have, and just after playtesting this, it just really works. And then lastly, for hand traps, again, interruption and negation, we play the 3 infinite impermanence. So 9 hand traps altogether. And it just really works. Again, this deck just thrives off of negation and interruption. So 40 card main deck, and let's go on to the extra deck. So again, not much has changed with the extra deck, just small stuff, just a small section of it has changed, but without further ado, let's go into it. So 3 Maizen the Battle Ninja. This is the MVP of possibly the whole deck, to be honest with you, because this card is just absolutely insane. This card fuses by 2 ninjas of different types, and it also lets your ninjas attack directly. Your opponent cannot attack this when you have a face down card, which is really nice. Would have been nice to have, like, you can't battle it and you can't target for card effects, but it's nice to have that battle defense effect for it. And when a card effect is activated by your opponent, quick effect, you can get a ninja from your deck to your deck to the field, which is amazing. So good. So this card is absolutely insane. Just a definite must have a 3. Next is the instant fusion target, the level 5 Yagura Maru, the armor ninja. Yagura Maru is an absolute must have as well. It's 2 ninjas of different types again. And what this card does is that if this card is special summoned or flipped face up, you can then banish one ninja or one ninja's card from your hand, graveyard, or face up on the field, target one card in the field and banish it, which is really, really nice. It just outs cards. It's just really, really good. Next is 2 Ninja Grandmaster Saizo. This card is just really good. Definitely like it 2 just in case one doesn't come up. It's just really, really good. So this is just 2 ninjas, so it doesn't matter by their types. And what this card does is that you can during your main phase you can set one Ninjitsu Art Spell or Trap card directly from your deck, and you can only use this effect once per turn. And while this card points to a monsters, this card cannot be destroyed by target for attack or your opponent's card effects, which is really, really nice. So it just kind of gives that defensive. Last ninjas I like to play is the 1 Blade Armor Ninja and the 1 number 2 Ninja Shadow Mosquito. These cards are probably the flag spots so you could change if you want to. Because as ninjas, I just kind of like them. They can come up, and they have come up before, which is really good, and they've actually come up, you know, like for handy as well. Because Blade Armor Ninja is 2 level 4 warrior monsters, and once per turn you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target 1 ninja and you control, and then that monster can attack twice. So it can come up with a nice OTK, which is really, really nice. And number 2 Shadow Mosquito is 2 level 2 monsters. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent must attack if able. And when an attack, when your opponent declares an attack, you can detach one of these materials and use one of these effects, which is detach 1 material, and if you do, place a hallucination counter on the face of monster, which then negates its effects. And the second effect is that you can inflict damage to your opponent with the attack of the monster with the hallucination counter on it, which is really, really nice. So the next card is Ultimate Great Insect, which is absolutely insane. So you don't use this by the normal methods, you actually use this by the other method, how it gets out, which is really, really easy, which is an insect monster with 2000 or more defense attached with an equip card. So obviously Iron Digger with Mitsu gets this card out easily. This card cannot be destroyed by battle. And when you have a field spell on the field, quick effect, you can, if every battle phase, you can then destroy all your opponent's monsters. So that's your battle phase plus and their battle phase. It's just absolutely insane. So really, really great card. 3000 beat stick, so really nice, really easy to make. The other 2 is Cross Sheep and Bottle Sword Dragon. These are just for the OTK, absolute must-haves as well. And lastly is IP Masquerena into SP Little Knight, and it's really cool as well that SP looks like a ninja even though she isn't, but this is just too powerful not to go into, so these are the last cards. Absolute must-haves in my opinion. If you got them, definitely use them. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's the end of the deck, so please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. I'd really, really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell for all the future content that will be coming very, very soon. And as always guys, I'll catch you guys later.